Hi everyone, it's Kelly coming to you from Loka Yoga. And today I'm going to record a pretty gentle class for us, about 15 minutes or so. So take a moment to grab your mat and grab a blanket and we will meet on the mat. All right? Hope everybody is doing okay. I'm happy to be here to be able to record a little bit of, and share a little bit of yoga practice with you today. So we're going to start on our backs. I've got the blanket ready to go underneath the head, and then just easing down on my back. I'm going to let the legs stretch out here. Feet go wide toward the corners of the mat, and then the arms coming down by the sides of the body, palms facing up. You can see how I wiggle around a good bit to get myself comfortable once I lie down on the floor. I don't usually hit it just right when I lie down. I have to move around a little bit. And if your back is tender, then maybe you actually start with your knees bent and letting the knees drop together. So it takes a little bit of pressure off of your back, all right? I'm gonna start with my legs stretched out. And then rotating the head so it faces up. Let's try closing the eyes. And then allowing the breath to just soften. Allow the breath to come into focus. Softening the jaw. Releasing the cheeks and forehead. Letting the eyes soften back into their sockets. Fill your body with your attention and your breath. And feel how your body makes contact down into the mat. Where's the heaviness in the back body? Where's the most contact and the most weight? Let's just keep breathing in and breathing out and allowing the breath to be very fluid, to be smooth, to deepen and lengthen. Before we start to move, let me just say that you're always welcome to push pause and just lie here on the floor for a while if that feels good for you. Helps you decompress and de-stress, then do that, okay? You're gonna get moving just a little bit here. So bending the knees, if they're not bent already, the feet are gonna go wide to the edges of the mat, and then the arms are gonna open up wide like a T. We're gonna do what's called windshield wipers. So we'll let the knees drop toward the left, and then we'll breathe in and bring them back to center and let them drop over to the other side, okay? So we'll just windshield wiper back and forth here, bringing a little bit of twisting, a little opening in the hips here, rolling over the edges of the feet. This is a very soothing movement for the body. There's kind of a rock and a roll to it. And these are very soothing movements. So you might find that you really enjoy this and you just, again, you want to spend some extra time here. That is good. Do that. Push the pause button if you'd like. And continue to let your legs just shift to one side and then over to the other. Try not to move too quickly. Rather slow yourself down so you just get an idea of the range of motion in each hip and the way that the lower spine, mid-spine is starting to twist. So next time the legs fall toward the left side, we're going to keep the legs toward the left here. So knees dropping to the left. Try straightening or reaching rather
right arm back over the top of your head. Taking a few breaths like this. If you'd like to go with something a little bit deeper and you're familiar with this, you could take your left foot, cross it to the outside of your right knee, and that will anchor you into the position a little bit and allow for a deeper stretch across the abdominals, across the top of the hip, and down through the top of the thigh. So starting to get into the hip flexor and the quadricep, and then of course in those abdominal muscles on the side. Those are the oblique muscles. And then we're going to let that left foot come back to the ground. We'll ease the right arm back down and then shift the legs into center. Take a couple of breaths here. And then let the knees fall over toward the right. Try reaching your left arm back over the top of the head. And then maybe crossing your right foot toward the outside of your left knee. So again, it just sort of anchors you into the twist. Get some length through the rib cage here, down the side waist into the obliques, across the top of the hip flexor, and down through the quad, top of the thigh, out through the knee. Let's just breathe a little bit more here. Let your body relax into the shape. You're going to release the right foot down to the floor and the left arm to the side. The legs will come back into the center. You're going to draw both knees into the chest then. See if you can wrap your hands around your shins or behind the backs of the legs here. And if it's hard for you to reach, then you could always put something like a strap or a belt or something around the backs of your legs and hold on to the strap so that you can get yourself in a little bit tighter, but without strain, okay? So we'll hold the knees in here and then just rocking a little side to side. A different feel than what we had before when we were keeping the feet on the ground. So rock toward the left hip and then toward the right hip. Taking your time. So let's come to center, and the hands are going to go to the tops of the knees. You're going to start to stir the knees around in the same direction. You're stirring a big pot of soup. Stir around so you'll feel some bony protrusions on the back side of the body there. Back of the hips, the back of the pelvis, and massaging around the sacrum at the base of the spine. You're going to reverse the direction and go around for a few circles, breathing gently yet deeply. And then making our way back to the center and dropping the feet down to the floor. I'm having to scooch myself back up onto my blanket because I keep kind of moving down the mat a little bit. All right, so here we're going to let the left foot stay on the ground. Bring the right knee into the chest and cross the right ankle in front of your left thigh. You're going to steer that right knee toward the right end of your mat. And just take a few breaths like this. So starting to work into a figure 4 position here, and it's also called thread the needle. So you can stay like this, or try taking your hands, the right hand goes through the window of your legs, and the left wraps around toward the back, and we just draw the legs a little bit in. We're going to keep the right foot a little bit flexed to protect the knee, so the bones are all sort of rolling externally, and moving in the same direction. Shoulders relax here, trying to keep the neck long and the head soft, the face soft. And just breathing into this hip stretch for the right hip. So we're going to add on to this. Take your hands from behind the left leg. Keep the legs in this figure 4 shape, but now drop the legs over toward the left. So the right foot ends up coming into more of a standing position. We can steer that right knee up toward the ceiling now, and just take a few breaths like this. You're welcome to change the arms if you want to bring the arms back over the top of the head, or even interlacing the hands behind the back of the head. Give you a little extra support there. Letting the breath flow. Just taking our time here. So before coming out, we're going to let the arms come back out to the sides to help brace a little bit. We want to firm up the navel toward the spine, and then pick the legs back up towards center, and release the right foot down to the floor. We're going to change sides. Bring the left knee in toward the chest, and cross the left ankle in front of the right thigh. We're going to steer the left knee toward the bottom left corner of the mat. Pause here. You're welcome to stay like this, or try threading the needle. You take the left hand in the window between the legs there, and the right hand wraps around. And we draw this into us a little bit. Left foot stays flexed. So again, this makes the bones rotate a little bit externally, both lower leg bones and the femur bone. So it helps protect the knee as we do this. Keeps the ankle very even on the inner and outer edges of the ankle as well. Shoulders relax, jaw relaxes, face relaxes. Open up that space between your eyes and at your forehead. Breathing smooth, steady breaths. And before we come out, let the arms move back out to a T and rock the legs over to the right. And the left knee steers up toward the ceiling here. And just allow your body to settle in. Opening up through the hips, a little bit through the shoulders, chest and upper back. Breath is flowing. And then before coming out, firm the navel toward the spine. Use your arms to brace a little bit. Swing the legs back up and uncross that left foot down to the floor. Stretch your legs long down your mat for a couple moments here. And then let your arms come back over the top of the head. Stretch your body long, reach, lengthen, breathe. Good. And the arms are going to flow back down. We're going to pull the right knee into the chest again and just squeeze it in. See if you can draw the head, neck, and shoulders up and squeeze in a little bit tighter here. And we're just going to release that back down, drop that right foot down, extend the leg, and then change sides. Bring the left knee in, draw it to the chest. Option to pick up the head here, tucking the chin toward the chest, squeezing in, breathing. We're going to let the shoulders and the head come back down to the floor, and then releasing that left leg out and long back down the mat. So we're going to rebend the knees. The feet are going to be about hip distance apart here. I'm going to take the blanket out from underneath my head. We're going to come into bridge pose here. So the arms come down by the sides of the body. I'm going to roll the shoulders back a little bit and sort of lift and open the chest a bit more. Here comes the train. Press into the arms, press into the feet. Turn your gaze straight up toward the ceiling and lift the hips up off the ground here. Take Take several breaths, opening up across the collarbones and the heart space. Anchor into your feet. Extend your hips and your knees toward the foot end of your mat. Anchor the shoulders in the back of the head. We're going to start to ease the hips back down to the floor and stretch the arms back over the top of the head. Breathing in very deeply here. Exhale, arms come down. Scoop the hips up away from the floor. Roll the shoulders a little bit underneath you. Keep your gaze upward, just listening for the sound of my voice here. Lifting the hips, pressing through the feet. Let's take one more breath. And as we exhale, we'll release the hips down and then inhale the arms back over the top of the head. Let's go one more time. Bring the arms back down, scoop up the hips, keep your gaze centered and up toward the ceiling, pressing up into bridge pose. Solid through the feet and through the arms. Soft in the face. Let's take one more breath. And then releasing that down, we're going to bring the arms back as we breathe in. And then the arms coming down by the sides of the body. So rolling to one side. Push yourself up and away from the floor here. Rather than doing a little relaxation on our backs today, I thought we'd do a little seated meditation. So I'm going to take that folded blanket and put it underneath my hips, just to give me a little extra support for the hips and the spine. I want to check my time here. I think I'm on a timer. Oh, maybe I'm not. I thought I was on a timer. I guess I'm not. So anyway, I'm going to go for a few more moments here. I want you to close the eyes down, level your chin. Let your hands rest on your legs. Let the breath flow in and out here. Notice where you feel the breath the strongest. Is it at the nostrils? Is it in the throat? Is it movement in the rib cage or in the belly or something else? Focus on where you feel the breath. Try to keep your mind on the breath. If thoughts come in of past and future, recognize those thoughts and then come back to your breath. Just a few more moments here. So 3 more breaths. Just allow your body to settle. Let the hands come together at the heart center and bow the head gently to the heart. May we open ourselves up here to compassion for ourselves, compassion for our fellow beings, all the challenge of this time that we are in right now. Be patient, be loving, be kind. Thank you for joining me in this
practice this afternoon. Namaste. Looking forward to bringing you more videos, as well as starting to offer longer classes through Zoom. So pretty soon, we're gonna have classes from not just myself, but from other teachers. And we'll be using the Zoom platform for those longer class times. All right, so keep checking back in on Facebook, Instagram, and our website, locayogaspace.com. All right, take care, everybody. Bye. Take care of each other.